there's a lot of blood and guts everywhere.
I saw a lot of blood and not a lot of guts.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Ringside Renaissance. And we're here with the RRW Weekly Review for AEW. And I'm here with Pretty Deadly Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew Combat Jones. Yeah. We're coming hot off a crazy week of AEW with blood and guts and a lot of happenings in the IWC.
They're both wild, man. They're both absolutely insane. Seems like there's a big stretch like between pay-per-views for AEW. It's like they're just trying to find stuff to do. Next week is Grand Slam. It's like,
is it?
I believe so. I think that's what they said. Or next couple of weeks is Grand Slam. I think it's like
wow, okay,
another Dynamite event. I guess it's like
that's what I found kind of impressive about this week. Speaking on blood and guts was like the match and how they did it. That it was on TV because it seemed kind of like a pay-per-view quality caliber match in their terms.
Yeah, okay. So in their terms, I got you.
In their terms for what they would do, and the numbers for AEW still kind of are coming in, and the TV deal is still unsure from things that I've listened to and read as far as re-signing their TV deal. It hasn't quite went through yet.
Yeah,
with Turner because they're still waiting on like the NBA deal and stuff like that to be signed, which may be moving to like NBC and stuff. And if it doesn't, then it could spell some problems for AEW as far as getting the money that they're looking for. It's a little interesting. I'm sure it'll still work out one way or the other for them to be on TV, but still up in the air right now, somewhat.
I heard some places that some of AEW's content's on Max now. Like, I guess you can go on Max and they have some of their content on there, like starting to shift over there. So maybe that's another tale of what's going on. But I think Warner Brothers Discovery owns Max or some shit. I don't know any of that shit. So
yeah, they do. It's David Zaslav. So he's kind of owns all that shit or whatever, apparently. And I believe it's over in Max. It's like in Europe that it's been showing up on. So that's good if they are able to move a lot of that stuff to Max, like every Dynamite that we've ever had and every pay-per-view even maybe. That'd be cool.
Or upcoming ones. I'd rather pay $15 a month than pay fucking $50 a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Or have to bug Combat Jones for that link, you know?
Yeah, I got links. Yeah, I wonder if that's what they're headed towards. If that's what they're trying to do, kind of like they do at Peacock with Max and move off a pay-per-view. But then if they do that, I'm not quite sure if they'll be able to make enough money off like the pay-per-views that they do to kind of keep up with everything.
Yeah, I believe that'd be like a contractual thing to like, you know, bring in, like they just get a set amount instead of making money off. I don't know how all that works, you know.
Yeah, because like Max or HBO Max, whatever you call it, Max it's called now. It doesn't draw as much as like you say Netflix does. Doesn't draw as much as Amazon Prime does, or some of the other streaming services too. So that kind of makes it interesting there to see how many people will sign up and pay that money. But I guess a lot of people would move over to that if they had to get it.
Yeah, I mean, look at like WWE when they went to Peacock, it's only like $7 a month or something like that. And you know, it's almost like people don't want to pay $50 for these pay-per-views, but if they want to pay $15 for a subscription, they might actually get more viewers willing to pay $15 than $50, you know. And I actually might be a smart deal in the long run if the money's right. Like I said, I don't pay attention to the money and stuff, but
yeah, and you got to figure AEW may be perking up a little bit at the thoughts of WWE moving from Monday night on regular cable TV over to Netflix, which is not on TV at all, of course, not you know, cable TV. So it might help boost their numbers to people that don't want to buy streaming services, right?
Yeah. And what the Ringside Renaissance fans are wondering is, when are we going to get a streaming deal? Like,
right.
When is that going to happen? Because people would pay, listen,
Yeah.
humbly and respectfully, I'd say people would pay $60, $70 a month just to watch our dumbasses on a weekly basis. So, I mean.
Oh, for sure. Let's
Amazon.
put it behind a paywall. Yeah.
Who owns Amazon? Bezos? Bezos. Get on that shit. Like, yeah, let's go behind a fucking paywall.
Yeah. And my Cash App is Kakronic, KAKRONIC.
Just send it our way.
Just putting it out there. Yeah.
If you want to send him a birthday gift.
Yeah. Every day is my birthday.
Every day is his birthday. If you ask what day is his birthday, whatever day you're asking, that's his birthday. So just go ahead and. No, I was just going to say, everybody that's riding along with us, like always, thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends.
Yeah, definitely. So speaking of AEW Dynamite and Collision and like their numbers and everything, well, this past week for Collision seemed a little interesting with their setup and their venue. I'm not sure if it's just the special venue they had booked or if they are downscaling their show. Because it seemed, I almost thought we were back in COVID times for a second when I seen the audience and how it was set up. I thought the stage was pretty cool for like it being smaller with how they did it, but Collision seems like it's going down a little bit still.
Yeah, it looked like an independent show or something. The whole feel and setup of it, and at one point, Hikaru Shida was doing a promo in the back, and it was so quiet in the theater. You could hear the arena or whatever. You could hear the echo from the arena, like playing back when she was saying her little spiel, which she actually had a pretty good little promo for Britt Baker. And
right.
It was getting yelled back at her.
The sound was completely terrible throughout the whole show. Backstage, Lance Archer was back there, and it was just all echoes when you tried to hear what he was saying. And then even in the ring when they were cutting promos, like the mic was just like echoing too much.
Yeah.
And then just the crowd, it just was pretty quiet. Pretty quiet. It sounded like an independent show. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but it is AEW, and it is where the best wrestle.
Yeah, if you can call some of their matches wrestling matches. Maybe that's like, it'd be cool to not have a sound stage like TNA or NXT or whatever, but like have AEW go to all these smaller venues and almost have like an independent like feel, but be on national television. That might kind of be their little pocket they can stick in, So
yeah, that might be cool. Yeah,
it would be. It would make you feel like a small crowd, like a part of the crowd, but still having like a big production value, So
right, yeah. Darby was there. Of course, he had his match against
Mortos,
yeah.
The Beast, Mortos.
The Beast. What they got off, they swiped right on FetLife for him, and they matched for AEW that night, and that's where he was. Yeah. In his bondage gear. Yeah. After Darby won the match, of course. And after the match, he cut a little promo, and he was talking some trash about the Bucks leading up to Blood and Guts. And he's pretty much saying how they don't promote the company at all. And Collision doesn't matter to them. They don't speak on it in the news. They don't speak on it in interviews. And that he's the one that promotes AEW.
Yeah. And things like this is things that I like, kind of like the blurring the lines of reality and storyline. This is the kind of promo stuff I like. I like that it's based and grounded in some realism. It's not like all this crazy fantastical bullshit that couldn't make sense realistically, like him just airing his grievances. And I believe this was done in the past too for Collision, and it made sense. And Darby Allin can cut a real good promo. Just hopefully he stays healthy, and continues doing this.
He mentioned of course a TNT championship too, so it seems like he's destined to come back for that TNT title that he's had.
Yeah, spoiler alert leading to Dynamite, but
right, exactly.
We'll talk more on that, but it's a very interesting little angle, and boy, Darby's on fire, in more ways than one. No pun intended, pun intended,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Sky Blue had a spot in the match against Hikaru Shida where she broke her leg or something, I believe, too.
Yeah.
off kind of like a freak jump off the apron onto the outside on the sheet, or Shida jumped off and she must have came down on her leg the wrong way, but they had to go to pitcher and pitcher and call off the match.
Yeah, it sucks seeing anybody injured, and apparently they were trying to repackage her as spooky Sky Blue wasn't really cutting it, I guess, so they had to try to make her Cowgirl Sky Blue.
Yeah, the week before, and then this one, then she was kind of in a whole new gear, but she was still somewhat playing the heel. It sucks because Sky Blue was like so hot for a while in AEW, like really up and coming. The crowd is really behind her, and it seems like they've kind of fumbled her at some point.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if she was supposed to win that match too, to face Britt Baker on Dynamite instead of Shida.
That would make sense. Yeah, that would have made sense, I guess.
It would have been more a clear heel and baby face.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
But Britt Baker and Shida have that history, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Going back to COVID times and stuff. So it's hard to tell, but we wish a speedy recovery, and hopefully, I don't like seeing anybody getting hurt, but unfortunately, AEW, a lot of people get hurt, and a lot of people get hurt wherever. I mean, I'm not going to discriminate, but.
Yeah. FTR came back, cut a pretty big promo.
Yeah. Cash Wheeler cut his beard.
Yeah, they got a little bit of a new look going. Got some new merch, it looks like. They said they think it's about time to go buck hunting again.
Ooh.
Yeah, dropping bombs on them.
Let's see it.
They cut a pretty real promo on the Bucks, too, it seemed like. I was wondering if some of it was more of a shoot, trying to poke the bear a little bit about them not knowing how to run the company, and then like all their past happenings and affiliations with, the merch that I bought from AEW that I'm not apparently allowed to wear at events anymore. Yeah. But
again, another fiery promo that blurs the lines of reality, and it's all centered around the Bucks being dickheads, I guess. I mean, just what else are you going to call it, obviously it's playing into their EVP, whatever, but how much of this is real, and who knows, but
it's got to be some animosity backstage. I mean, even if they're keeping it professional, you gotta wonder with all the history and stuff. Like, friends are friends, and some people are very loyal, right? You never know.
But
never know. Yeah,
they said they're going to go buck hunting. I think Cash Wheeler needs to be careful with his firearms. Just moving forward,
Ooh.
I don't know if he's allowed to carry one right now, but let's just calm down on certain things we say, Cash. We want to see you on TV,
Yeah, no pun intended. Exactly. Yeah, shit.
The Bang Bang Gang versus the Patriarchy for the Trios titles. They Bang Bang Gang got him stripped from them just to have this match and lose, and the Patriarchy's the new Trios champions. Christian Cage. Kill Switch and Kyle Felcher. Wait, no, what's his name? Wayne.
Kyle Fletcher.
Fletcher.
Would you rather fetch or do the felching? Felching.
Oh man, I could have kept going. You see Nightmare on Elm Street? So Nick Wayne, I'm sorry, I've messed that up, but they're the new Trios champions, and apparently, again, I think Killswitch, I heard, hurt his arm in this match.
Oh Lord. Dinosaurs can't get hurt. Damn.
Unless it's a meteor. You can call the Bang Bang Gang a meteor.
Yeah.
So the last real thing, I mean, we had what's up?
The moment everybody's been waiting for weeks. Finally. Hologram was debuted. Wanted to try to think of a better, more extravagant way of saying it, but wow, really blew me away. Pause.
Just like a hologram will blow you away.
Yeah. I mean, he just did the flippity dippity stuff.
What is this? Yeah, what is this?
I don't understand what made him so special out of all these other people. Is it because he's wearing reflective fucking outfit? Like,
was that Sammy Guevara in a mask?
I thought it was. You remember that guy? I can't remember his name now, but Sammy Guevara got him signed, and he was with him for a while.
Fuego del Sol.
Yes, I was like, is that Fuego del Sol? Don't try to trick me, Tony. Maybe he's just been hitting them the juice, and now he's Fuego del Hologram.
Hologram del Sol. I don't know. I thought it was Sammy Guevara. I don't know. What I didn't think it was good. I mean, what's going to happen with this? Like, there's all these vignettes leading up to it, and all this like build and stuff just for another mask guy doing flips. I mean,
it seemed a little lackluster to me too. Like just his entrance and everything from what they've been building up with the special effects and the vignettes and all that trash.
Yeah. And all that trash. Straight up trash.
I don't know. I don't get it, but
yeah, we'll see where it goes. He's just gonna be like probably another one of these AEW wrestlers that wrestles for 3 weeks, has a shot at a mid-card title against Okada, loses, and then they never see him again.
Yeah, exactly. And Thunder Rosa and
Deonna
Purrazzo, had their 100th match in the last 101 days.
Are they the only two that can face each other? Like, do they have a contract where it's only those two that are allowed to face each other?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like they want Thunder Rosa on Dynamite, I guess.
Yeah, I really like Thunder Rosa too.
Me too. Yeah.
Big fan. Even back in the NWA days, I was a really big fan of Thunder Rosa. So it's kind of a shame. But
yeah.
Oh boy, what a collision that was.
It was. I can't wait till next week.
More believable next time.
I can't wait till next week for fucking AEW Collision. It's going to be so amazing. So great.
Bring the juice, KJ. Let's go. Bring the juice.
Yeah. I got the juice. Man.
I had the juice this week was AEW Dynamite. Blood and Guts. Nailed it. Blood and Guts. Yeah. And that took place somewhere in Tennessee. Actually looked like a full house. I don't know the lighting and stuff, but they showed a lot of like camera angles behind the hard camera crowd to show that there was people there. Like, they panned the crowd and stuff. Good for them.
They were in Nashville, Tennessee, and the first thing we got was
how it eats up like 30 seconds of our podcast every time it comes out.
It's okay. The people love it. The people love it. Let us know in the
comments.
Yeah, if you love it. Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if we are better than the other podcasts.
Yeah. MJF came out real heelish. Quoted Rihanna, said he shines bright like a diamond. Said wrestling analysts say it was the most dominant victory of all time that he had against Will Ospreay, coming off of him getting chopped by the little girl that's now famous in the news for chopping MJF and helping Will Ospreay. So he's got a little beef going now with this 5-year-old, 8-year-old, 10. I don't. Yeah.
I mean, technically it was outside interference. Should have been disqualification, but we'll let that slide.
Yeah,
referee's discretion. But before we get into it more, the Dynamite started out with in the garage of the hotel of the AEW talent just happened to be there with the film crew.
Right.
And he just happened to be waiting for Will Ospreay to walk in the garage, and Will Ospreay just happened to walk in the garage 5 seconds later. And just to find out someone dug a knife into the tire of his rent-a-car.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
It's a knife. Yeah. You need to put it in somebody's tires,
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? How much more set up can this look?
I like when people stick things into other things. Pause.
Sticking the dynamic dick in the gates of anal. Where have the gates of anal been? Come on.
They've been banished to the 12th circle of hell.
12th circle of the hole. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, what? I was watching Dynamite this week, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I miss the gates of anal. Like, where are they right now? I mean,
yeah, the gates of anality. Yeah, where are you?
We can do without the dynamic dick, but we need some anal in our life. But
something tells me that they're probably in the gym working out those holes. Yeah.
All right, back to Dynamite.
That pull-up bar is inserted in their gains. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian Cage puts one of them on each end of the pull-up bar of the bench press bar. Back to MJF in the ring. But
yeah. So
about that.
Will Ospreay got his tires slashed and holed by, I assume it's MJF, obviously, right? Yeah, because he didn't want him to show up to Dynamite. Yeah, it was cool, but it looked like he was in the arena parking lot to me, or in the garage of the arena that they were at. But good trick.
Yeah, smoke and mirrors there. Great job, TK.
Yeah.
So MJF back in the ring, he talked about the international title being held by international loser wrestlers, and he represents America, and
told Will Ospreay to take a long walk off a short pier. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. MJF is, he's great as a heel, but like I said, the whole corny babyface run he had in the past is kind of just tarnishing it a little bit for me. And he's really doing good. I mean, when MJF's music hit, the crowd just cheer, like you heard the pop for it, and then like he has to like every week make the crowd hate him because they still love him.
Yeah, he's got to put in a lot of work now every time, just because. Even so, I mean, he went after the crowd this time too, of course, being in Nashville. He called them all white trash hicks, so it is what it is. I like MJF's style,
Well, what I don't like is the commentators, like Tony Schiavone in particular. Like whenever MJF's in the ring, you just hear him go under his breath, "Scumbag."
Yeah,
I hate this guy. This guy, I hate him. I just hate him. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. We get it. You hate him.
Call him a bitch. Shut up, bitch.
Just talk, you bitch.
Talk, bitch.
Tony Schiavone had some backlash.
Yeah,
watch what he said this week.
I wonder if he caught a fine from Tony Khan from that. But MJF did go after Will Ospreay's recently dead grandma. That died recently. Called her a fat skank. Like the crowd kind of gasped at that a little bit. That got a little bit of pop in a heelish way for sure.
Yeah, trying to get a new media rights deal. That's great to start out your show talking about someone's dead grandma. That's pretty.
Yeah, we had a dead grandma line, and then we had a dead father line too later in the show.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. So, dropping some bombs, some heat.
And not to say that I don't like it. I enjoy him trying to be heel. Like, I appreciate what he's trying to do, but boy, oh boy, it's like.
Yeah. He came after him in that one. Yeah.
Got to be careful of people shutting off the TV, being insensitive to shit like that,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you never know. He's still on that "Thank Me Later" tagline that he stole from Drizzy Drake, and he's got this new title because he can't stand the international people. So of course he made a United States title,
an American championship.
Yeah, American championship. He's just getting ready for his WWE career, apparently, for winning the U.S. title. Wants to show how he can do that. So what better way to do it than piss everybody off and tell them the only place that matters. They started cheering USA when he showed off the title, which turned on him. He's like, oh, no, hell no. He's like, I'm not talking about, nasty ass Nashville and all the other armpits of America in between. I'm talking about only, the most magical place on earth. Plainview, Long Island.
Taz, well, I've been there. It's not the most magical place on earth.
Man, Tony
buddy,
goes,
you
"What
grew
a
up in
dump.
Red Hook.
What a dump."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you grew up in Red Hook, man. Shout out to everybody in Red Hook. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. So he ended this just, I don't know. It was just got out of the ring. He dropped the international title in a garbage can.
In the garbage
that was just
can.
conveniently placed outside of the ring. And
yeah, he had his flag come down with his face as the stars.
Oh, yeah.
Called
So
himself
corny.
the American hero. It was kind of a little shot at Hogan, I think. Or somewhat. Brother, I don't know.
Brother.
A fan yelled, "Go back to Poughkeepsie."
Yeah,
which
shout
got
out Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, it got a pop from me. I thought that was good. I like that. That was a clever little line in the silent crowd to throw out. So I enjoyed that. Yeah. But shout out to MJF because I felt that was a good promo. He did what he did. I mean, he's only got so much to work with now with the crowd. Like you said, the cat's already out the bag with what he's already done. So he's got to work extra hard every week. And I thought this week for this promo, he did good. With what he has, it is what it is. And I want that black scarf. I got to change this scarf in the background now. I need the black one.
Go buy a $400 Burberry scarf just to never wear it.
Oh no, those are way more than $400.
Really?
Oh yeah,
man, I never looked.
Yeah. Amazon.
For a scarf?
Amazon, baby. Amazon. Yeah.
Shout out Amazon.
Yeah.
Our theme for the day is Amazon. We want to be on Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he went to leave the ring, and Ospreay just came in from the crowd. Apparently, because when he drove out Mark Alvarez, when he drove Mark Alvarez's car,
must have had his foot on the gas. Must have been speeding.
And parked in the fans parking lot and ran in through the crowd. And basically called him a little twit and said, "All in on another shot at All In."
In my home on my turf or whatever the fuck he said, and told him he had a little dick. Pulled the diamond, talking about getting knocked out by the dynamite diamond ring, and he pulled it out of his trousers next to his small little dick. And I don't know. See, I liked everything MJF had to say about Will Ospreay, and I'm still rooting for MJF. I hate to say it.
I don't hate to say it. I think that this,
it's not what they want you to do though, but it is what it is because I'm not. I love Will Ospreay in the ring, but I'm still not like sold him. Like I still don't relate to him character wise. Like I don't give a fuck. Like
and the fact that they go from MJF having a match against Roosh and then what the fuck, Hechicero, Honey Nut Cheerio, and then going right away to like one of the hottest baby faces in the company is kind of just a jump for me. I think they should have slow burned it a little bit more, but because now they're running in the fear of people turning on Ospreay. They won't do that in England, but and-wise around the world, it seems like they're gonna.
Yeah, and Ospreay chased MJF out of the ring. He cowered away, ran away like a heel should, and then, which I thought was interesting. Afterwards, Ospreay went over to the trash can and pulled out the international title. And it's like, that's not yours. What are you going to do with that?
Shivani was like, the real international champion. No, he lost the match. Pal.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Walk around like that, like it's yours, like you won it? Like, come on.
Yeah.
You lost
pro wrestling, baby.
You lost
That's pro wrestling.
Yeah, that's true.
Afterwards, we had the Elite backstage for the coin toss. They were going to have a coin toss for who entered first, and they go into the locker room to see that they had beat up Christopher Daniels and laid him out. And
stupid ass coin flip.
That was so dumb. Oh, I got a double-headed coin, guys.
I'm so original. I'm so funny. Yeah.
If only they had a president and an owner of this company that can override anything that the EVPs were doing. If only they had one. That would just be.
Yeah. It's stupid.
Doesn't make any sense. Where's Tony Khan in all this?
Yep. He wanted to be part of the story. Now, nowhere to be found.
Yep. I don't know. Well, he's doing interviews of saying that he would like to work with WWE one day.
Right.
After calling WWE the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling, now he wants to work with them. That's a good look, Tony Khan.
Yeah. That's
I said what I said.
Backpedaling at its finest. Yeah.
Yep.
And after that, we go from one promo, which I thought was, to another one because we got I am the learning tree. I'm like, oh, here we go. More fucking TV time with Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't. It was actually a match.
Was it?
Well, yeah. Chris Jericho comes out looking like Vince Neil again, in even worse shape. And
he looks like he's part of a Steel Panther cover band.
Yeah, against Suzuki. I want to meet this man's barber because this man got the craziest haircut there is. Like,
those lines are clean as fuck.
Yeah, those lines are clean as fuck. That's a hell of a fade job. Like, goddamn. Yeah.
And then this is contested under FTW rules. It's a no holds barred match. We're gonna have a no holds barred match with Blood and Guts later, so we're gonna have another one earlier in the night to water down what the Blood and Guts is gonna be. But all this was for the first 10 minutes was a fucking. What was this?
It's a slap fest. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I can't believe I sat and watched this whole fucking load of dog shit.
It was horrible.
What are we doing?
Even Collision, we had some more New Japan pro wrestlers that we've already seen, like through the Forbidden Door, and then we have them now again. Like this Forbidden Door, like we said, is forever open. There is no door. I don't even want Forbidden Door next year again. Like, don't even do it again. Make a new fucking pay-per-view. Make a new gimmick out of something else, or get a new promotion or something. Like,
in this whole concept of them chopping back and forth for 5+ minutes, and the crowd accepting it and just chanting "chop forever," like how fucking low of that's what you want to go pay to go watch, is two guys just chopping each other back and forth for fucking 5+ minutes.
I'd rather watch fucking Paige Van Zant go fucking slap another woman in the face and get her face slapped. Like, yeah.
It's not for me whatsoever. They went through a whole commercial break just chopping each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, legitimately, that's all this was.
Picture in picture is fucking horrible.
We have all of this talent that could use fucking time on TV to wrestle, and this is what they use their TV time on.
Yeah. Stupid.
I'm blown away.
And
I'm blown away.
More dumb bullshit backstage with Willow Nightingale, which we don't mind. Willow's good. Chris Statlander's good, but what they're doing right now is not good.
Do you think this was a shot at Stephanie Vacour? Because she was the CMLL Women's Champion.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So you know, Willow
Tony
wins it.
Yeah. Tony feels betrayed. We already know from the history with all other stuff that he does not like when people go to other companies or they do this or that. So I'm sure he's not happy about that right now. And yeah, they missed out too. They done fucked up.
Can I ask a serious question, like your opinion on something? I think we've brought it up before.
Yeah.
Having all these other companies' titles on AEW and then them holding them with like this is a prestigious CMLL, doesn't that take away from the prestige and the validity of AEW's championships?
Yeah.
To like showcase other companies' championships constantly on AEW. It's like, well, if they're so happy to be the CMLL Women's Champion,
right,
then she doesn't even care about the AEW Women's Championship.
Yeah, and stay on your own promotions. I don't know if they think they're like doing their like the other promotions like a service and helping them out, kind of, and like giving them a shot on their show and promoting their titles, but like they're not promoting AEW titles on their show, right? Too. Yeah. So what are they getting out of it in the end? Like I don't see the point of it, and it's not even just for that. Like the segment was about her fucking getting another stupid eliminator match.
Yeah.
For the fucking CML, L, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, A, J, K, L, M, N, O, P fucking title.
Boy, you nailed the alphabet.
You like that? Like,
you did really well with that.
I just don't get it. Like, nobody knows. Who knows about this fucking title? Half the people tuning in probably don't know about all the other fucking titles AEW even has, and they're bringing up these other ones, like you said. Like, come on,
yeah,
come on.
And then like the concept of. Okay, so Chris Statlander beats up Willow Nightingale. She doesn't ask for a title shot. She asks for an eliminator shot. Like, wouldn't you just want the title shot? Why are you asking for an eliminator?
So I got to beat you so I can beat you again? Like,
yeah. Okay, and Tony Khan can decide whether a belt from another company has an eliminator match for a future chance. Like the whole thing just is stupid and doesn't make sense. And then when Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway walked away, Willow Nightingale's like moaning and she just goes, yes. Like she accepts it. Like, it's fucking dumb. I love Willow Nightingale, but
I love Willow Nightingale, and Chris Statlander was looking good too. She had a nice outfit on too. But yeah. But
she looks good in the ring, but I don't like what this is.
No,
maybe they're going to have a match at All In, maybe.
Yeah, I was just trying to say something nice about the whole thing, you know. But,
yeah, Stokely had a nice haircut.
Yeah,
and,
you know. Nice.
What I really did like is when they had the Bryan Danielson sit down interview.
Yeah,
he was talking about how he had to be careful because he's coming towards the end of his career and he doesn't want long-term injuries. And Jeff Jarrett interrupted him and had a father-son talk. This was a very inspirational. Can I sit here? And sat down and let me tell you, boy, about the ways of the world. And like very curious to what they're doing with Jeff Jarrett right now.
I like what they're doing with Double J Jeff Jarrett right now. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm into it. I like it because he was playing the heel for a while, which it was just like a comical kind of thing. Him getting fucked up and all that, but now with what he's doing with like the wisdom and helping the guys out and the younger guys out and stuff, like I think that's cool. New, different form, and he can kind of get his roses too, because we all know he's not getting any younger, of course, even though he looks great for his age. But yeah, it's cool seeing Double J Jeff Jarrett in this new light.
Yeah, and seeing him like telling Bryan Danielson, like, no, you can't be reserved. You have to go all in, and you have to whatever, and just kind of having like that kind of, and it didn't come from somebody from the Blackpool Combat Club or whatever. It was Jeff Jarrett just saying like, hey, I need to interject and whatever, and then then the holding weight, because afterwards Bryan Danielson thought about it and then he said, hey, I gotta go prepare, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool to see what it leads up to. Obviously, I don't think he's gonna win at All In. I think that they're gonna keep milking the Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page feud.
Right.
But maybe that doesn't need the title, So
yeah.
And I just want to give a live update while we're on air recording. Shout out to Michael at Big Mike 5411 on X, who just messaged us. He was at Blood and Guts last night, and I asked him how the arena looked, and he said, quote, not that full.
Oh,
so just wanted to make sure we had live eyes in the sky on that one.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. I thought it was a full house, but hey, listen, we had live eyes there. Ringside Renaissance, we have eyes everywhere.
We do.
Yes, we have feelers in the crowd everywhere, letting us know and giving us the updates.
We got people everywhere. Yeah. What do we have next? Britt Baker, I believe. DMD Britt Baker against DMD against Hikaru Shida.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad. I mean, they've put on some good matches. They have some chemistry and they have some history with Shida breaking her nose, of course, and all that. But Britt wasn't having it this time. She's on the warpath and she is focused and on the prize.
Yeah, and I like them both. I think there may have been a little bit of rust for Britt at the beginning, but they kind of fell into it a little bit. I like the match. Britt won her first women's title from Hikaru Shida, so this spans back to almost the beginning of AEW. So there was history there, and this, if you want to say long-term storytelling, this feud continuing, and obviously Britt was going to win this.
It was just setting up what was to happen later.
Yeah, which sucks because I like Shida in the ring, and just to have her be scenery for this kind of sucks. But yeah. So Britt Baker won with the lockjaw, and then we got the stripper dance.
CEO, and now we actually get to hear how many people say CEO in the audience, and it's nobody. You could tell it was piped. It was piped in, and nobody was saying it, because now nobody fucking does it, and you don't hear shit.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and she said, "Hey Britt." She stood on the ramp and said, "Hey Britt, do you want a shot at my TBS title at All In?" The answer is no.
Yeah. Mercedes.
Then from behind Britt Baker, we had the debut of, not the official debut because she's been on a dark match or two in the past, but the debut of Camille.
Camille, yeah.
Who they signed 3 months ago and never used.
Right.
And,
she's a beast too, huh?
Beast, bro.
Yeah.
She's so good in the ring too.
Yeah.
And so now she's just going to be Mercedes Moné's henchwoman.
She's going to do her bidding,
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what really sucks about this is I'm thinking that Britt's got to go through Camille to get to Mercedes. So Camille's going to have to eat a loss.
Yep.
So she's going to debut and eat a loss.
Makes sense.
She should just be dominant,
Yep. Plenty other people to go after, but.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that whole aspect. She should be on her own in a dominant women's figure in the division. I think she would just be great and shine and be good for the women's division. And just to be like a crony of Mercedes Moné is just terrible.
Yeah, and what are they going to do after that? Like, just have her turn on Mercedes Moné, and then seems like they kind of replay the same things over and over, just with different people a lot.
Yeah, then we had the match of the night everyone's been waiting for, Pac versus Boulder, and
Pac was impressive, of course, the bastard Pac, but it just means nothing because the match and the story means nothing. But good wrestling. This is
what I don't understand. And Pac's going to perform and never get his shine. But this is what I don't get is Pac won a number one contendership match for the international title 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And since then, we've had MJF face Will Ospreay for the international title. And now we're going to have Will Ospreay face MJF for the international title. I thought Pac was the number one contender. Does this make any sense whatsoever? The Acclaimed won the Eliminator match, become number one contenders for the tag titles over a month ago and haven't had a match.
And you had FTR on Collision talking about they're going to face the Young Bucks at All In pretty much.
Yeah.
That's like their goal or whatever, is to come back and get to that point. So, yeah, I was so confused by that. And later on the night, they did say that they're the Acclaimed are the number one contenders. So,
yeah,
what the fuck? Yeah.
For a match that's never going to happen, or they're going to have it at All In, just to say they have a tag title match at All In.
Well, no, they're not, because FTR alluded that they're going to face the Bucks at All In. Like, that's their goal.
Oh, really?
And that promo that they had cut, that they're going buck hunting.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
So
that's
right. It confused the shit out of me. Because I actually watched Collision after Dynamite because I couldn't watch it this past week. So it made even less sense to me. You know what I'm saying? In that order, because I'm like, hold up a second. What the fuck is going on here? Like you fooled me even less, Tony. Come on. Yeah. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Wayne was backstage, came face to face with Kip Sabian. Well, I didn't know who the hell it was at first.
Yeah, I had no clue who that was.
He's got a new look with that mustache and that hair and whatever you want to call it. But cool look, Kip. Yeah, and Nick pulled the fucking line on him. I don't care who cares if your father's dead or something like that.
Yeah, who knew his father was dead? No offense.
Yeah,
R.I.P. T's and P's.
Yeah, our condolences. But yeah, of course, Nick Wayne's father. We know about that history. But and now that his mom has her own fleshlight, I'm sure profits are up in the Wayne family. And he's eating off of that. So
eating off the fleshlight.
Eating oth the sales from his mother's fleshlight.
Okay. I just needed some clarity there.
Either way, it's pretty fucked. Because there's just boxes of his mother's fleshlights laying around.
Is that a legit thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
But she does have her own T-shirt on shopaew.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been working me because I'm starting to believe it was a real thing.
I bought you a gift. It's in the mail.
It's kind of I guess they're having some sort of battle royal for
that's
a number one contendership of something.
Yep. I'm not sure what it was about, but he alluded that there's a battle royal and he's going to throw him over the top, and whatever.
Royal Rampage or something.
Yeah, so hopefully Kip Sabian throws his ass out the ring.
We had Team AEW backstage doing a little promo. They couldn't get along. Everybody has a problem with Swerve and
yeah, I was confused with that promo. Like all of a sudden, like none of them. There's all this divisiveness and
because they've never.
I mean, they have history all with each other, but it's just like they just waited for this point to have it for it to come back now. Like they've already set all this shit aside, like, and now all of a sudden it's a fucking problem. He's the glue guy, of course, which made sense. That's was the point of the promo, I guess, of them doing it to.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're a first time listener to this podcast, you know that we're big Mark Briscoe fans and we think he should be pushed to the moon. But being the background guy in this kind of thing was a little bit weak for me. But I don't know. Maybe he's going to beat Okada for that Continental title. You never know.
That'd be cool. But the Dysfunction was very strong for no reason. And I thought how Darby kind of spoke on it on Swerve. It was not that great. Like, and like you said, we love Darby Allin on this podcast. Like Darby's fucking amazing. He's great. We love seeing him wrestle, but his promo skills just aren't there on the mic a lot of times.
Yeah, you can tell when he's not really fully invested.
Yeah.
He was invested in the match, but being on that team, I don't feel like he was fully invested.
Yeah. He's just not putting the best positions as far as that's concerned a lot with the microphone.
Yeah. Then we had Mariah May versus Caitlin Alexis, which was
and I was disappointed because I've been very heavy on Mariah May lately. Like I'm a fan of her wrestling and work, in ring work and all that, but it just didn't do it for me. Like she came out as the Glamour?
The Glamour,
which it's her new look now because she can't rip off Toni Storm's look anymore. But she's still ripping off her moves. She's still ripping off her moves, though, which is what she did in the ring. But like she's got the new theme song and the new look and the new attire, and it's not it. They need to figure something else or build on it more. I don't know, but just wasn't great. Not this week.
I just wasn't too big on it. Just facing an enhancement talent is whatever.
Toni Storm came out afterwards, though.
Yep.
That was cool.
Yeah, and got her revenge. And while security was holding her back, she somehow got her hands on a microphone and was screaming into the microphone. That was impressive.
Are you prepared to die? 'Cause I am. Yeah. Good line. I like good line.
Yeah, they're going to have a one-on-one match at All In, and they're both prepared to die. They're saying this minutes before Blood and Guts. That really makes it believable.
Yeah. We'll see if we get the return of Jamie Hayter for that.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Save us, Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
Then we got to meat and potatoes, as Combat Jones likes to say on this program.
Yeah, the main event, which...
the Blood and Guts.
Blood and Guts. What a match it was. What a shit show. Yeah. A lot going on. It was... I thought it was cool in some spots. Like, I enjoyed some of it a little bit. It was definitely like a spot fest, of course. And then I thought some of it was very sloppy, too. Not very well planned or not very well executed. But I thought some of the spots are cool, like I said. Some of it just didn't make sense to me, too. But what's new,
Yeah, it's just a whole... Like you said, I mean, this match was as sloppy as Nick Wayne's mom's fleshlight after Combat Jones gets done with it, because I don't know.
Yeah.
We started out. If you want, we can. Well, I'm not gonna give a full breakdown, play-by-play of it, but we started out with Jack Perry and Darby Allin, and their feud's kind of brewing and boiling, and it started out. They bring in weapons into the ring, and then Nick Jackson brought this big briefcase thing into the ring.
Okay, and so Darby Allin got the complete shit kicked out of him for a while too, right? With the trash can too, and Jack Perry. But yeah, the I didn't know if that was a fucking briefcase or a 25-watt guitar amp.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is he bringing a guitar amp out for? I'm like, and then this briefcase, and we later find out what's in it, and it's like, are you fucking like, huh? Did you, later on, Mark Briscoe or whoever brought out that fucking ladder? Looked like they ran out of ladders at the fucking normal store. It looked like a fucking midget ladder. Like,
yeah, it's the only one they could find in the hotel park. I mean, the backstage parking lot.
yeah,
it looked like those ladders they used in the TNT title match.
it's like a step ladder I have here. Like,
yeah. The whole thing was just kind of convoluted. If this is your flavor, okay, cool. Like all power to you. But
yeah,
I saw people, and I know there's people in the IWC that troll and shit like that, saying that, oh, if anybody says AEW isn't wrestling, just watch this match. This wasn't a wrestling match.
No, it was
like
just a spot fest. I mean,
spot
you
fest.
had everything in it. I mean, I guess some people would be happy. Like I said, I enjoyed it somewhat because of that. You know, you got to take it with a grain of salt, of course. But yeah, you had the tables, you had the fucking midget ladder, you had the fucking thumbtacks.
Yeah. Darby had the skateboard with the thumbtacks on it.
Yeah, so Darby hit fucking Nickermack Jackson with the fucking thumbtacks, and he had him sticking in his arm, right? And he's got to go over to the camera and fucking show the camera the fucking thumbtacks stuck in his arm, like multiple times. It's like, we get it, we know they're there. Like, you don't have to do that. Like, come on. Come on.
It takes away from the realism of it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at me, I got thumbtacks in my arm, and it's
you see that?
Like, just one thing after another.
What about the Scorpion Death Drop? Fucking Darby can't tell them apart anymore. They're just two idiots at this point.
Yeah.
And just no sold it. What's the point of even doing it? Like, Sting's fucking huge finishing move, and it just means nothing. And what, like, it's Sting's move.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
A lot of this doesn't make sense. There was one point Jack Perry was like just laying like against the cage for like multiple minutes watching the Young Bucks get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
And then just out of nowhere, he just jumps up and starts hitting people.
There was a lot of that. There was a lot of people just waiting around. You could clearly see they were just waiting for their spots instead of like laying on the ground and just selling being hurt.
Yeah, if this is your flavor of ice cream you like, bro, I mean, this is just, it was too much for me. There's too much going on. And like, you know, Hangman was the Team Elite had the advantage. Hangman was the last person to come out. He didn't come out.
Well, he didn't come out. They didn't know if he was going to show up. They played into that whole fucking dumb angle or whatever they're trying to get at with that. I don't quite get it. And then we got Swerve coming out,
and
at least they let him come out last with his championship, being the champion, and you know, gave him some respect.
That made sense.
And then they completely disrespected him somewhat.
And then Hangman stomped a mud hole in him and walked it dry, and he handcuffed him to the cage.
Both arms, wrists handcuffed to the outside of the cage. Jackson screaming at him. The Bucks are screaming at him on the microphone or through the cage. And he just keeps hitting Swerve. He's not like interacting with them at all. It just didn't make sense to me. I guess he was so enraged that he had blinders on just to go after Swerve, right? I don't know quite what they were getting at with that. Yeah.
Well, that's what it is. He's because of Swerve in his history. Like, that's the only reason why he joined Blood and Guts, was to get his hands on Swerve.
Right.
You know.
And so they lock the cage or whatever, and they tell him to ring the fucking bell. And then the fucking, what's his name? The announcer, Justin Roberts. Justin Roberts gets on the fucking microphone and says, "Blood and Guts has officially started." And I pause the TV and I look at it. The match has been going on for 45 minutes already.
Yeah.
like this match didn't just start. This match has been going on for like an hour now already. What the hell is going on here?
Well, that's how they used to do it in the old NWA War Games.
I know. It's just, come on.
War Games has officially begun. Yeah. I don't agree with it either. I get what you're saying completely.
Yeah.
Then why were everybody waiting the timed intervals to come in if the match hasn't even started yet? You know?
Yeah.
That was the rules of the match.
Double J.
Yeah. Double J came out with his guitar and played a pivotal role in this. And Badass Billy Gunn came out and they hit Brandon Cutler and hit him with the guitar and fumbled with a handcuff key to get Swerve unhandcuffed. And
he totally
Nana came over with the bolt cutter.
Yeah, the bolt cutters. They get him out, and Swerve makes it through the cage somehow. That cage is cheap as hell. Yeah. rips the cage apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had the wire cutters.
Yeah, I know. It's just that was
he cut the 3 zip ties.
It was
together,
flimsy, yeah, to say the least. Yeah.
So we got in, and there's more bullshit going on. And like I said, we're not going to break down the whole thing. They open up the briefcase to finally reveal what's inside, and it's staple guns. Like,
I thought there was going to be something more, and I thought it was going to be something different or something cool. And this was the part that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Okay, follow along for a second.
Okay.
So you have all 4 of them. You got Okada, you got the Bucks, and you got Jack Perry, and they surround Swerve with the staple guns. And they all start kind of taking their turns on Swerve. What did I first think about? I hate to say it, and it's fucked up and everything. Was fucking Rodney King beating the shit out of him with fucking staple guns. You know, like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? This just doesn't look right. This ain't right. Yeah. And it's the fucking champion. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it was just weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and then like out of nowhere, Swerve just stands up with a staple gun of his own and just starts stapling them. Like,
yeah, which was cool. He stapled all of them in like the face or in the head. At least he got his revenge. I'll say that. It really didn't do nothing to him. He was just laughing on the mat after he got stapled by all of them. But just the beat down was just weird. I don't. But Don't read into it anymore.
But I just don't understand. I don't understand. They just let him get up and just start stapling them.
Yeah.
And Okada was leaning back against the turnbuckles, watching all the other guys get stapled.
Yep.
And then just walks up and gives him the middle finger, and he gets his finger stapled.
He tried to do the Rainmaker, and they realized that he had the wrong hand the way that he had to spin him. So they had to spin him the opposite direction. And then he puts the middle finger up, and he takes a staple in the middle finger.
Complete a short arm clothesline.
Yeah, but just that whole spot with them surrounding him, man. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, come on.
Yeah,
come on.
It was just awkward. It was weird. Then they the Bucks get outside the ring, somehow set up 4 tables on the outside, and just for Anthony Bowens to climb up the side of the cage just to fall through. And then they said during the commercial break, during picture-in-picture, which I'm sorry, when they do picture-in-picture, that's when I get up and use the bathroom, when I go get a snack, when I scroll through my phone a little bit. I'm not watching this little tiny ass.
No, it's fast forward for me.
Sorry about it.
Yeah,
and
I can't hear it.
They come back and they said that Hangman Page and Swerve took themselves out of the match during the picture-in-picture. So I was like, okay, I missed that.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened. So let us know in the comments if you know what happened.
Yeah, very exciting. I'm very excited to hear about it. And Bowens goes through the table, and then so Team AEW just kind of gets this
upper hand.
Pissed me off too. So they had Team AEW for Anarchy in the Arena, then Team AEW for Blood and Guts, with only one member was in both matches. Like, it's a completely different Team AEW. Darby's the only recurring person on Team AEW, which is stupid. If you're going to have this try to be a feud, why are you switching out all of the competitors? Anyway,
just to get screwed up, and I'll give him credit because this match, Darby got the shit beat out of him for sure, but not like before. Like, he didn't really, really, really put his body on the line this time, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, he took some bumps, but I was happy to see with him. But he had Jack Perry on the table, climbed the cage, and did a coffin drop off the top of the cage on the inside, holding on to the beams or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was a cool little spot for him to do the coffin drop. And, of course, you like seeing Jack Perry get screwed up. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they like you said, they got the upper hand all of a sudden, and it all went downhill from there for the EVPs, of course, for the Elite, for Team Elite.
Yeah, and real quick shout out Mark Briscoe for he fucking held his own in this match.
Yeah.
This is kind of his bread and butter, and
he went off.
It looked really.
He had some good spots with his redneck kung fu and all the stuff he was doing. He went through some tables too. Did some good spots.
Yeah, and I really liked. I think he really carried the match, honestly.
Yeah.
And with all these stupid spots going on, he's the only one that I looked at any given time and was like, okay, what he's doing is legit. All this other shit is goofy, whatever. But Mark Briscoe just adds legitimacy to it in my eyes, you know. So then they reach back in the briefcase and find more handcuffs, and they handcuff Matt Jackson to the ropes, and then they handcuff Jack Perry to the cage.
Yeah. Was everybody handcuffed at that point? Did they handcuff all?
I don't know.
Elite?
I didn't see Okada and Nick Jackson. I don't know. I don't know where the rest of them really were.
Yeah. Well, either way, they were out of the equation at that point. They were all taken out. And yeah. What Jackson was it that was handcuffed right there by the ropes? Nick or Matt?
Matt Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And Matt Jackson's got the darker hair.
Okay.
So Nick Jackson's the high flying flippy dippy one.
Okay.
So anyway, so Darby went under the ring and looked for 5 minutes for a can of gas, and they found the can of gas. And,
they had to try to find a way to put some minutes on there, and while he was doing that, so Mark Briscoe kind of stepped up and was talking some shit to Jack Perry and everybody, right, while he was still handcuffed, and giving him some good shots with that kendo stick in the ribs, right? Yeah. Then finally, Darby finds what he's looking for with help by the referee.
And before that, you know, I went a little ahead of myself. Yeah. Mark Briscoe did give Jack Perry a fucking chair shot right to the head.
That big, unprotected headshot.
That was, yeah. And Corey Graves put on Twitter he's like, I'm not trying to be tribalistic or anything, but like, basically just be careful because like, he's like, I can't wrestle anymore because of stuff like that, you know? And and it was, you know, that was a little bit excessive to me, but
it was a hard shot, reminiscent of the old days of a headshot by the chair. For sure,
AEW faithful are sitting there defending it. Oh, it was a gimmick chair. I don't give a fuck what it is, man. Like that was a direct shot. He couldn't cover himself. He couldn't try to protect himself.
I don't know if that was planned though, or if he was using that just because Darby was looking, you know, and they were trying to. I don't know. Yeah,
I agree.
We'll never know.
So anyway, Darby doused Jack Perry in gasoline and said, I'm going to set you on fire if you don't give me a TNT title shot. It was so random to put this in the...
and he gets a microphone and says it, and it just like the situation didn't play out like perfectly like it could have. Like I feel like they could have scripted it a little better with how it worked.
On top of that, like, again... my constant gripe and whatever, let me know if I'm wrong, but why doesn't Darby Allin just go to Tony Khan and say, hey, can I get a TNT title match? Like, why does he have to potentially set Jack Perry on fire for Matt Jackson to agree to like, just ask Tony Khan. Tony Khan's the fucking owner of the company. Like, didn't make sense to
and
me.
He'd already alluded to it in the promo from Collision that he wanted the title shot. Like, come on.
Tony Khan can obviously book matches because he booked this Jericho Suzuki match with the Learning Tree people banned from ringside. So he can obviously still book matches. He still has that power.
Yeah.
Book the TNT title. Like, it just doesn't make
sense.
Just
the timing that they were on the mic and he had to ask if he quit or not. And like going back and forth to them, it just didn't line up right. The flow of it at the end. It could have been done better and it would have looked better, more convincing. It was a little unrealistic, of course. I was like, oh shit, they gonna light this guy up again with fire. Yeah. But I'm like, oh, it doesn't look like he's doused in Vaseline. So I don't think it's gonna happen. And then I seen had the microphone and Nick's there looking on. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
I get it. So they just took a little long to get to the point.
They had to get those overrun numbers in for their ratings.
Which it definitely went over. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Matt Jackson ended up saying that they quit. They gave up because he didn't want to see Jack Perry set on fire.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Jack. They're trying to make Jack Perry out to be Raven, and he is not fucking Raven. When he does the pose and then look back.
I don't know if it's that or he thinks he's like being crucified because he's a scapegoat. So everybody's like, you know what I'm saying? And like that type of way. It's like the opposite of what CM Punk does.
Yeah, I don't know. He just does that because Raven used to do that pose. Right. And then if you look back, what was it, Hardcore Heaven or something back in ECW when Raven, well, I mean, it would be different, obviously opposite, but Raven handcuffed Tommy Dreamer to a cage like that, then hit him with a chair.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So,
but
that wouldn't be him being Raven, it'd be him being Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, shout out Tommy Dreamer. But so Team AEW won this, and because they won this match, they get the prestigious honor of,
I don't know.
Nothing. This match was for nothing.
Yep.
This match was just to have a match.
Congratulations, Team AEW, for taking down Team Elite. I was at least happy with the outcome.
I really thought Elite was gonna. Yeah. I really thought Team Elite was gonna win this one too. So it was a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I was happy with the outcome. I think they did the right thing there, at least.
Well,
that was it.
That was Blood and Guts.
Yeah, we got the All In to look forward to now. Not sure what we got for Dynamite next week, but should be interesting to see what they do with it coming off of such a crazy week, a crazy match and all that, at least. So
yeah, I agree.
Still on the road to All In now at Wembley. So we'll see what comes from that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to All In. Still a few weeks away, it's a month away, a month from today, actually, of this recording. So they still got a lot of build, and they've already announced a lot of the matches. So let's just see how they're going to get there.
Right. Yeah.
It makes a lot of these weekly shows kind of less exciting. Like, okay, so just real quick, we're having Swerve versus Bryan Danielson for the title. So if Swerve has a title match anywhere between now and All In, we know Swerve's going to win it. So it kind of takes away from it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that match booked like that. We'll see. Hopefully they can, turn my mind around about that. But that's about it. That was AEW Dynamite, Blood and Guts, and Collision, and everything else that kind of happened with AEW. So whatever. Want to shout out Dominic Marino. He's got a match coming up. He's for PAC Wrestling. He's the PAC Bad Boys champion. He's got a match July 26th at Carnage at the Carnival. Yeah. In Brandon, Vermont. So shout out to him, a local wrestler to the area here in Plattsburgh, and shout out to Caden LeDuc also. They have some history. We're interested to see where that goes. Playing into that, we're interested to have them on the show and maybe talk to them a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've got some wind that Dominic and Caden might have a little bit of history that, guys, if you ever want to come on the show and kind of air your grievances a little bit, this is open forum. Maybe we can talk and get some resolution to it, or at least speak your mind and let you guys know where you guys are at with it.
Yeah. Indie professional wrestlers and everybody out there. Yeah. It's nothing but love, nothing but support. So that's right. What it is.
Except for the dong pics in the DMs.
Yeah. Don't do that.
We don't support that.
No. Not really. Yeah. Oh, man. So check out, stay tuned. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Next episode we'll be for WWE, RRW Weekly Report for WWE. Look for that after this one. And this has been the RRW Weekly Review for AEW. And that's Pretty Deadly Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew Combat Jones. You've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Peace.